So Fox frat boy Jesse Waters has a hot take on our healthcare system. This clip is just such a microcosm of the propaganda outlet that Fox News is.
I don't know about you guys, but I like my healthcare. I go to the doctor, I check in, I give a $5 copay, he tells me I'm fine, I leave, I do no paperwork. It's great. And 180 million Americans feel that way. Only 27 million Americans do not have health insurance right now. Let's focus on them instead of tearing the whole system down. And Bernie, he thinks making a profit is evil. I don't know what he's talking about. So many great things have been done through Aetna, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I don't think these are evil companies. I think these are good companies that need to bring costs down. And there's ways to do that without destroying a great system. Trump can exploit this divide within the Democratic Party, and it's a gift because the Republicans, I'm not really sure what their health care plan is, but the Democrats are making it so easy to exploit by offering up this socialist utopia that makes no sense and does remove health care from a lot of people.
Think about how stupid that commentary is. Seriously digest how dumb that commentary is. He thinks, and this is actually a weird benefit for Republicans, usually, he thinks, like, what do you mean, bro? You're handing me a political gift by arguing for the position that's 70% of the country wants. You argue for the 70% liked position, I'll argue for the 30% position, and yeah, bro, I'm going to crush you. They're handing a political gift to Trump. Trump can exploit this. Yeah, it'll be so, politically powerful when Donald Trump goes out there and argues that our broken, corrupt, disgusting, rotten system that kills 45,000 Americans every year and bankrupts hundreds of thousands of them and leaves over 20 million people without insurance, that system's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Skyrocketing prices. Not everybody's covered. Absolute abysmal disaster. But yeah, I'm going to exploit this by arguing against the people who are arguing for the solution. I mean, how delusional. But that arrogance is amazing because think about it. When many Democrats have a huge lead on an issue, they're still too afraid to even talk about it. Now, Bernie's not, thank God, but it's just so funny that he's like so sure of himself. Look at what he said there. He said 180 million Americans love their health insurance. Says who? That's not true. Maybe 180 million Americans love their doctor. That's certainly possible, but guess what? Under Medicare for All, they get to keep their doctor. And they save money too. And everything's covered. So I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. And then, what a wonderful quote. This should be tattooed on his forehead, and he should have to live with it for the rest of the time. Quote, only 27 million Americans don't have health insurance. Let me repeat that. Quote, only 27 million Americans don't have health insurance. To all my Canadian brothers and sisters, please don't laugh so hard that you accidentally shit out your spleen. Because that sentence is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. Only 27 million Americans don't have health insurance. Jesse, how stupid are you to construct that sentence, say it, and at no point pause and go, wow, I sound really dumb. Only 27 million. You know how many people in Canada don't have health care? 0. How about Norway? 0. Denmark, 0. Iceland, 0. Sweden, Finland, the UK, Australia. The list goes on and on. They all have nobody who's uninsured. Everybody's covered. Everybody gets their health care. It's free at the point of service. And then the best line he gave us was, he likes Aetna and Blue Cross Blue Shield. He thinks they've done like wonderful things. Their whole job is to serve as a middleman and tell you what is and isn't covered. That's their whole job. So their entire job is acting like a mafia. Because they get in between you and your doctor, get in between you and your hospital, and they say, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pay me $1,000 a month. And then if something happens to you, maybe, maybe not. It all depends. Maybe I'll pay for some of it after you cover the first $5,000. What? So, we pay you every month. And then when something happens, you say, well, maybe I'll cover some of it. What the fuck is that? What is that? No, if I'm paying you every month, you better cover some shit if something happens. And of course, we're getting ripped off too because we're paying way more than in other countries. And not everything's covered. The idea of choice in healthcare, I can't get over how dumb that is. As if no, if you're sick, you should get help, full stop. Having choice, by definition, means you're saying, well, some things, I don't want those things covered. What? But it's out there. It's like saying to the fire department, hey man, if my den catches on fire, leave it alone. My kitchen, then you can come and put it out. What is that? That's choice. Aetna and Blue Cross Blue Shield, these are good companies. They've done good things, bro. They've done wonderful things as the unnecessary for-profit rapacious middleman jacking you and price gouging the shit out of you and robbing your money and then not covering when push comes to shove. You know how they screamed about Obamacare death panels? The real death panels are the for-profit health insurance companies. They make life and death decisions all the time. And Jesse Waters is praising them and saying, it's a good companies, bro. Totally good companies, bro. Embarrassing, man. This guy gets paid to give his political opinions. They make my job too easy. And again, I'm going to leave you on this note. Seriously try to understand that he really just said that this is an advantage for the right. That taking the position that they're taking on healthcare is an advantage for them. Yeah, maybe against Democrats who just don't believe in Medicare for all and therefore can't defend it, sure. But if you get somebody who actually believes in Medicare for all, and you want to debate that issue, and your position is the status quo is awesome, that will be the biggest bloodbath of a debate I've ever seen, which is why Bernie Sanders has to be the nominee, and we have to see him versus Trump, and Bernie will absolutely obliterate him 17 ways to Sunday.